trying to get stuff done. But yeah, more rovers, because I have abandoned the idea of going to Eve at this moment, because I need to build and really create an expansion of bases. I need better science, which means I'm going to need better, well, science. Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe this thing keeps crashing. So, I think, pretty sure, I'm going to have to upload all my save data. I'm pretty sure Kerbal Space Program will be available on the PS5 when I actually get it. So we'll see. Yeah. I'm sorry my videos are long too, but this is a actual size. Well, it's actually by a computer because I don't have one. I will save the videos and edit them to be the points without my failings. Speed up stuff. And edit the things. So I'm trying to figure out who the one viewer is right away whenever it decides to load. I do not mean to put more rovers as an actual thing, but load save, quick save. But now that I know this thing works, what I can do is place the rover. I'm going to try to flip it again at 15 meters per second, then 14, then 13, or 16 and 17, and see what happens. Because I need to know at what point this thing flips. So I know it flips at 20, because I was capable of flipping at 20. But what about 15 now? Let's see, cut halfway between 10 and 5 and 20. Yeah, I think that's actually it's more like 11, but yeah, at 10, it is too flip happy at 20. It's not flip happy at all at 10. So that's actually pretty decent, I think. 20 miles an hour and doing a 360 turn doesn't flip it. I actually think that's good. So what I'm going to do to try to conserve monopropellant is get up to about 10 meters per second on the electric, and then swap over to monopropellant, get up to 15. I need to find the multipliers. So if it flips at 15 times 1.7 on Eve, it should flip at times 1.7, about 25 meters per second. But I'm basically where I need to be for that. Turn on my monopropellant. $13, 14, 15, and then swap over to this, so I'm at 14.9, and 15 meters per second, and it can still do that? Oh, it's a lot more than I thought it was, so let's go to 17 then. This thing is extremely, durable and capable, and so let's go to 17 meters per second. Because 15, it survived remarkably well. Let's go to 17. See if 17 is even better. Alright, 17 meters per second. Swap to that. Turn RCS off, and it thinks about it at 17, but it doesn't. Whoa. That is actually pretty amazing. Let's go 19, because we did 20. Let's do 18. Alright, about right there is where we start losing any meaningful stuff. Just go 18. Which I don't know if I'm going to actually get to 18 meters per second with this, but still, it's actually pretty good. At 18 meters per second, RCS off and twist. And there it goes, thinking about it. Thinking about it. So, as long as I don't go over 18 meters per second on Kerbin, so 18 meters per second times 1.7 or 30 meters per second on Eve, I should be able to make relatively good turns, which is good. Alright, let's get this thing back to the runway and then to whatnot. Recover Jebediah and Valentina. And then, yeah, do that. It's honestly amazing. I didn't even think it possible. But it is. Normally around 9 meters per second, if I do that, I lose control completely. But this is I don't normally make, like I said, my problem with rovers is it's normally as long as just the center is. And so it flips. It's very flip heavy. Let's see if I can go up this incline at 10 meters per second. I don't think I can. No, I'm even going to do it. I know I can't. And I don't want to have to quick load again. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it, because if I quick load, then my monopropellant will be higher, so I don't have to whatnot. And since I'm leaving this out, I want as much monopropellant as I can possibly have on this thing. So let's go. Let's see if I can go up at. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to lose like my engines, my monopropellant engines, and probably the monopropellant on the back, potentially other stuff. Ready to install, finally. It took so long. Tried to play that earlier, and it was like, oh, no. So I wanted to get Season 6 as soon as I could, but it didn't want to. It was like, no. Look at this. Amazing. Now I know this thing is going to crash and cause damage and other stuff. I just want to test it. Let's see. If it survives, then I guess it gets to stay without the save. If not, then I'm just going to, make sure I don't go over 18 meters per second. When I'm doing this, because 18 to 20, somewhere in that range, I think that's close enough, because I shouldn't be moving faster than 18 or 30 miles an hour on this thing, on any celestial body. Man, 30 meters per second, I gotta figure out that one. This thing will be able to move fast, then just actually move. Why is it taking so long to get to the actual runway? know I can see the runway. Wait, don't tell me the runway's over there. Is the runway over here? Is the runway over here? It looks like it. It looks like it. You know, I'm just gonna park this wherever it is. It took me too long to get to the runway and whatnot. Park this near the vehicle assembly, the space plane hangar. So that should be the runway right there that I'm heading straight towards now. Park this in the parking ramp, where I park my actual aircraft when I play this game. So I do build aircraft. There's an actual parking ramp on here. Alright, let's start slowing down. I'm not going to test this. I know for a fact it will damage itself just because of the incline and everything. It's about to make my way onto the runway, which is something you should never do. Honestly, if you're driving, you don't want to drive from grass to runway because jet engines and dirt do not mix well. Alright, so we don't want anything on the runway because we won't be able to launch or land space plane hangars or space planes. I could put this, honestly, down there, or I could just park it right here. Alright, so this is the taxiway, basically, from the space plane hangar to whatnot. There's another taxiway over there that leads to the runway, and there's the parking ramp right there. It's just outside, so that's what these little white lines are for and whatnot. It's their wingtip clearance lines. So let's go ahead and slow down, because I know this is a drone, but I know this thing has ridiculous whatnot, but me being the aircraft maintainer I want this thing outside of the whatnots. And basically what I can do is make this basically like a tug or something. Oh man. Yeah. I should add more monopropellant thrusters to this for the Eve stuff, because I don't think that's enough to get this thing moving with that heavy payload. And I need to move 2 of them. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and 5 ladders out. Let's send Jebediah on EVA, who Jebediah is in that one, which means, so I thought Valentino was going to be in that one. Oh man, the ladder goes all the way down to the, I didn't need this ladder. That's interesting. I want to see if I can board though. Grab. I want to see if I can board from this side. This ladder right here. Nope, I can't. It's a good thing that the ladder reaches all the way down and Jeb can go to the ladder from there. recover Jebediah. So now we got good science that we know we can do. That we know we can. Too bad it doesn't give me actual science, but I know I can do the whatnot. And now what I can do, since it's right here, I can come here, test plane, fly, get Valentina out, and call that a day with this. And it's out of the way from the aircraft and whatnot. And I like having. I don't want to continuously rebuild, basically, because you're going to recover it, and then rebuild it, and you're going to recover it for less than what you actually paid for it. So since I'm not changing now the craft at all, I'm just going to be messing with the payload above it to create different payloads. What's going to happen is I'm going to leave this here, and basically I'll just launch whatever payload on the runway, send a Kerbal out, and basically just use that. Alright, those ladders are a pain. These extendable ones. Which tells me they're not... Alright, so there we go. Sorry I had to take that call. That was work calling because people are incompetent at work. Yep. It is what it is. It is what it is. Whenever I take leave and go somewhere, stuff always falls apart. And I come back and then start working on stuff, and stuff comes back together. So, there's reasons I don't take leave, and then when I do, it's massive amounts at the same time. Anyway, so we've got 940,000. We have our little test base plane. We have our little test base. We have our runway clear of anything. I was not knowing what this right here was, but it's a squad monument. Just so you guys know now. Annoyed the living crap out of me. Alright, to update this, I need 1.6 million. I need to create the, come here, reload in the part that I, had, make it a, whatchamacallit. Actually, I don't need to make it a sub-assembly right now. Actually, but I will. Open craft, rover. I'm gonna go with this one. Should be the same craft. Alright. So basically what I'm going to do now is come here, grab not that one. Oh yeah, I need to reroute first. Alright. So reroute the entire thing to oh, why doesn't let me do that? That reroute the entire thing to that. Alright, now I'm gonna save this right now. Take this. Make it a sub-assembly for the base extension height. Overwrite that, yes. Get rid of that for now. There's a reason for that. I need to reroute that base extension height. Alright. Reroute the entire craft to that docking port. And put this on rover. Overwrite. Overwrite. Get rid of that. Oh. Base extension height. Come up here. We'll reroute. Reroute the entire thing to that. Grab it. Base extension height. Confirm overwrite. Yep. So now what I want is take this, set it on the ground like that. Okay, so it's on the ground. And now what I gotta do is make a module off this. Basically at the same height, so it's gonna sit the same height like that. I'll come over here. So I need to add crew modules. So I need to go to function. Actually, what I'll need to do is this. What am I gonna do? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so anyway, so I'm gonna function. I am going to add coupling. It'll be this docking port right here. Don't know why it's doing that. I'm messing up like that. Anyway, structural. So this will be just in case it crashes again. And if it does, then I'm just gonna... If it does crash again, I'm just going to stop for the night. Anyway. Structural. I'm gonna want this one right here. I mean, I guess I could have used the other ones for the... put it up for this right here. I could have used the parts that are required that are called the fuel tanks right here, which would have added more liquid fuel in here, but I wanted to keep the dry mass lower than it was before. So anyway, this is the crew module, so we'll go over here to utility, and we'll add, so we're going to add that guy, science, we're going to add, is it still under utility? Science, oh there it is, the actual lab. So if I look at this, I actually probably can add another, I know what I can do. Utility, cargo, communications. I can add cargo, not cargo. Payload, that's what I want. This guy right here. Another one of these. So this way it's the same length as the other one. And then again back to structural. We'll add this back onto it right there. And coupling again of a docking port right there. So now basically this right here should be, yeah, the same length basically. Yeah, same length as, oh no, oh it's slightly longer, just slightly. I can edit that. I can edit that by, first off I'm gonna have to have these units over here. I need to rearrange this for the simple reason of, in order to have the stuff where I need it, I'll need that like that. That way, the stuff will be, well, if I take off one of these, get rid of it, will it be the same length? I guess it's going to be slightly shorter. It's going to be slightly shorter. Let's see what I can do. What can I do to remedy that? Oh, I know what I can do to remedy that. Take the entire thing off. Science. Add in a Science Junior, which, you know, the Science Junior, you'd think they would have a Science Senior, but they don't. They might have, you know, expected a Science Senior, but they never made one. There's a lot of things that could have, you know. Alright, so actually, if I look at it, it's about the same length. There we go. That's what I needed to do to get them the same length. Okay, so now same length right there. What I need to do now is I'm gonna need a docking port, a little docking port down here. Put one right in the center. So right here, it's going to be a docking port, and then back here, and then back here. So all I got to do is put the first docking port, the junior docking port, coupling. Oh, let's add all of my science units in here that I need. So open this, I already have the science junior up there. We'll throw in, a little bit too fast. We'll throw in a few of these. Throw in two of those, two of those, two of those, and two of those, and then then down here we'll add in the experimental storage units in a set of 2, like that. And then, which side do I want the light on the light? Well, both sides. Let's just do both sides, because I always forget lights. Little light. Alright. Alright. In a singular. Do that again, except over here. Like that. Right there. Alright, so we know Action Group 2 is going to be the so 1 is going to be the solar panels on the rover, 2 is the landing gear, 3 is landing gear on the rover, 4 is the decoupling, 5 is the ladders, which we won't need because I'm going to take the ladders off. So let's go 5. Alright, so 5 is going to be collecting science. Observe, log, 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 and observe. 6 we will be using for here to collect all. 7 will be to start the research, to toggle the converter, and 8 will be, wait, so 6 will be toggle converter. I don't need to have it collect all. 7, we don't need that, because I wanted 7 to be to reset the whatnot, but 7 can toggle the bay doors. And that should be it for now. We'll go over here. We'll close these. We will add our docking port on the bottom. We'll add our landing gear down here, because I'm going to need that set up. Set you to set it to. We need to be right about there, which is probably a little bit further forward. It's right about there. Yeah. And then again, right about there. And then again, right about here. Alright. So now what we're going to do to make sure these things are the same, we're going to rotate them. Alright, they're all rotated to about where they need to be. Alright, all wide enough, all rotated where they need to be, and we're going to move them downwards until they are just barely touching the ground. Right there. A little bit too much. Right there. Too much right there. Alright, so they should be all just barely touching the ground, like that. And now I'm going to need to move these guys inward, which I think is that. Yep. There. There. And there. So now they're moved inwards. Same about height. Yes, I like it. Now we gotta add the docking ports underneath. Coupling. We'll add this thing right here, and we'll add it just about right here on the ladder underneath. Make this radial 1. We will rotate it so it's proper orientation. And we will move it. It needs to be rotated a little bit more. Alright, we'll move it. So the ladder should be directly in the middle. Like that. We'll rotate it a little bit more because it needs to be it's not perfectly right there. Directly in the middle. Directly down. What we're going to do now is take this, make it a subassembly. Place. Make it a subassembly as the this. How do I spell science? I know how to do this. Believe it or not, I'm actually somewhat smart. I was spelling it right the first time, and I just second guessed it myself. E-N-C-E. Just doesn't look right. And save. And now what I can do is drop that. Let me base extension height, get rid of that, and yes, confirm delete. We're gonna do this and fuel extension. Save. And we will do this. Get rid of all that oxidizer. Make it orange. And yeah. Base fuel extension again. Overwrite. And now I can get rid of it. Get my base science. I'm going to delete that. I don't need that. That's useless now. Alright. Base science. Right there. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is add the rover center. 167 parts. Right. Alright. That looks amazing. That'll fit like that. And, these things are just, I think, at the right height. I think that's right height. I might have to do minor adjustments to this again before I send it up. But I want to make sure all the modules are properly accepted before I do anything. Alright, let's go ahead and move that right there. Nope, not that direction. That direction to right there, which should be dead center. And then, nope, not that direction. To right there, which should be again a dead center. Yeah. Dead center angles. Everything looks right. Alright. Let me go back here. Over here. And this one right here is going to get, oh, I gotta move some stuff forward a little bit. This is okay, because I don't have the space. I need you dead center, I need you dead center. Right there. Alright. So now what I need to do is get that so that my back docking port is back there. Put a little bit more. Alright, that's as far as it's gonna go. Alright. And then we'll move this guy right here. So it's dead center on that, and it's dead center that way. So now let's go ahead and lower that down so they're just kissing like that. And then we are going to add another one right here. Let's go ahead and remove this ginormous rover. Let's add in this guy. We'll add it in right about here. Let's go ahead and rotate that so it is the proper orientation. Then move it. We'll move it later on. Alright. Place this rover back up here with its 3 separate docking nodes. So now what I'm going to do is come over here. We are way far forward with that, so we will move this that way to there, and we are a little bit to the left. Now we're should be centered there, should be centered there, and now let's go ahead and do that, so just barely kissing. Alright, now that should be the height I need everything at a location I need everything at. Okay, so let's go ahead and come in underneath here, get rid of this docking port junior. Goodbye. And I will come in here. I don't need that on there anymore. So I need to make sure this thing will, you know, dock right. Let's go ahead and go back to sub-assemblies. And add this to base science. Overwrite. Alright, so now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, now that it's overwritten, I'm going to get rid of it completely. Goodbye. What I'm going to do is do that, pods, that thing. We're only going to add one Kerbal to that one now, but we're going to add structural. This is going to be the Kerbal's, you know, living location for a little bit. So let's go ahead and give them a little more, you know, space, utility, space. I know they don't really care. They'll live in wherever I tell them to live in, but I do that just to be nicer. Now add electrical. Basically what I'm doing right now is just making a place that will I'll be able to recover this unit, but I'm getting the Kerbals out. I'll put all 3 Kerbals on here. I won't. There's only need for 1 right now. Ground. Set to 2. Rotate you to be right there. Basically all I'm doing right now is just making a little rover, so I'll end up recovering this little rover too. But basically it's just going to send a Kerbal to the whatchamacallit, the tug, before I launch the it's a lot faster with a rover than it is walking. Reason why I didn't want Jeb. Alright, I have more than enough of. Nope, I don't want that. I want Jebediah to stay out. Even though I don't like Jeb, I still use him. He's my sacrificial pilot, honestly. Anyway, let's go ahead and launch this. And he's gonna go to the tug. And then I'll launch the science and then use the tug to basically use the tug to do everything I need to do with it. Alright. This thing has a lot of solar panels on it. This thing will move fast. And it's probably going to be extremely unstable too. let's see. Make your way down the runway. Probably could have built an actual like aircraft like thing, and then that would have been better. But you live and you learn. But Elke Kerman is never going to be recovered again until all of my modules are verified. Then I'll recover him, but leave the thing just because I'm going to be, updating my modules, which shouldn't require, really anything extra, but you never know. And here we are, trugging along at 10.8 meters per second. Ooh, we're about to make it to 11. Driving down the runway in this little car. Basically, that's all it is. It's a super simple rover that will flip on anything I do with it. So I gotta be very careful with it and not take this turn up here. Had too fast a speed. Let's see. Still slowly trucking along. Doing the contract mode, it's a lot less. You don't have to. I don't know. It's science mode would probably be more exciting, but contract mode has a little bit more challenge to it, simply because you have to worry about funds and researching stuff still, and still funds, and you have to worry about whatchamacallit, upgrading facilities to be able to carry whatnot. Hiring Kerbals is extremely expensive, so it shows merit into getting to maneuver, to get close to objects. Now, this is a harder mode to do than a science mode or sandbox, but honestly, it's not that difficult. Turned a little bit too. A little bit too. You can see I'm starting to wobble over right now. So I've got my unit, which is good for basically, not science, fuel. We'll have our science and crew quarters unit added, and we'll add our electrical unit so we don't have to worry about the solar panel issue. And then we'll add our whatchamacallit, we'll add our other unit, the Elke Kerman, or Elke Kerman. Retract that ladder. You don't need it. Come on, board the stupid thing. Fine, I'll go. Oh man. I know you can board this thing, because fall down and go to the other pod. Hat pod's useless. Glad I only brought one Kerbal with me. This is going to be your living quarters from here on out until all my things are tested. Grab. Come on now. Board. Grab. Board. There we go. Finally. Rename vessel. To make it a rover. That name is going to be Base Builder. Yeah, so rovers aren't really needed or required at all in the game, and you can honestly probably build a proper size thing that can have all the stuff you need, but if you haven't noticed, I'm not the best at this game. Oh, this thing has liquid fuel on it. Why does it have liquid fuel on it? Whatever. Let's go to that little plane it says it is. The little switch to recover this, and then launch the thing, swap to this, and like this cost 30,000 to, you know, make, and recovering it is the exact same thing, just slightly used. Is what? How much did I get for this $38,000, you know, thing? 9,000. I got 9,000 units from a thingy-mabobber. From a little drone thingy. Oh, it's 10,000, not 30,000. So, lost about 1,000. So what I'm going to do now is go to sub-assemblies, base science, and we're going to launch this. Launch anyway. Yeah, I'll be able to add like monopropellant to the science and the sides. I don't have to add it like directly in front or behind, and if I do, I'll just extend out at the ends, which will still make it pretty decent. I don't want base extension. I want. Where are you? Oh, nope. I want to see it now. Rovers. Yeah. Base builder. Switch to. And now I'm going to quick save as quick save. That way, if it fails, I can just recover whatever. Edit what needs to be edited. And go on like that. So, start moving forward. I remove my brakes, start moving forward. Run down the runway. show me my charge and everything. Moving down the runway. And basically, if this right here attaches properly, which it should, because I matched the height of the legs and the other stuff and made sure all the docking ports lined up, and then it connects over there, I will just disconnect stuff again. I forgot something extremely important on that thing, but I will manually do it, fix it, and then hopefully call that a day. Alright, head down the runway now. I don't know why I'm being cautious about the way I turn. I don't need to be cautious about the way I turn. This thing has ridiculously high amounts of, surface area, so it will definitely 100% make the turn. And then once I add the monopropellant stuff, I'll have to, add monopropellant to this stuff, and that will make it so that I can actually refill this monopropellant. So one of these, the next fuel one I add, will be just to resupply this monopropellant. So I'll make sure to remove all the liquid fuel from it. Dock, add monopropellant, and then take the finished stuff. So I'll need 5 of these little side things. Or 1 unit that has over that much. Yeah, this is the expensive part, and I wouldn't get as much back from recovering it. Let me retract my solar panels so that I can make sure. Retract solar panels so I can make sure that I don't accidentally break them heading to this and lining up and everything, but I shouldn't. Shouldn't with the opportune word. Excuse me. And that rear end is really close to the asphalt. Like really close. But it works. It does its job. We're almost like sparking out, dragging that close. Hit a good bump and then lose a monopropellant engine. Yeah, this way I can make sure that when it's landed, I can actually use it. I love that turning radius, that turning speed. Slow down, slow down, slow down. And now I'm going to do is reverse. Head on. Nope, I was heading in the right direction the first time. over, and then shoot left. Start going forward and head left a bit, and then head right a bit. So now if I did this right, shouldn't hit anything. This thing should dock directly. And yeah, everything should be perfect. It'd be just like the other one, which is kind of what I want to happen. Oh no! I have this thing a little bit too low. That is interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and load save, quick save, swap over to that vessel, recover it, and then, because once this gets sent up, that's what I'm going to do. Oh man, I can't believe I messed that up on the height, but there's an easy way to do this now. I'm going to fix the height, make sure it all fits. We will zoom in, grab our little thingy-mabobber, which is not showing right now because I don't have ships available. Base extension, switch to, so recover vessel. So I was slightly off on the height off of the other thing, which happens. So what I'm going to do now is recover it, which I just did. Load in the base and then the base extension, edit the height of the legs to match, and then hopefully swap to do the stuff. I am going to park the whatnot on the other end of the runway, so it's a really quick grab. Bam. Load in the sub-assemblies of the base. Get you. Haha! I got it. Just right. Get you, oh, just above. Just right there, like that. Go ahead and give my bases hints. Everything is, yeah, just above the ground on that one. So let's go ahead and move you to be about right there. You're even more. To right there. And now since the heights should match across like that, what I'm going to do now is, oh yeah, and do this for action groups. Let me go ahead and actions, custom 2, which is, this is a thing that I forgot to do. Extend retract, I forgot that 2 is the antenna. Extend retract on that thing and extend retract. So now what I'm going to do is go back here, build, subassemblies, science, base science, overwrite, yep. Get rid of you. Base science. And let's go ahead and launch you. Yeah, no control. That's what I want. And leaving these pods connected will help me when I'm making modifications. So I'm going to build basically the bases exactly like this. Every single one of these bases is going to be built exactly the same way. But that way, it's easier to get extensions added on to whatever. Alright, so that's launched. Alright, let's go ahead and swap to the... Let's get rid of ships. I don't need ships on anymore. I don't care for that right now. Let's swap to the rover. Switch to... So what I'm going to do now is get over there to the other side of the runway. Park it off to the side, and then hit save. That way I quick save over there. I don't have to make this trek again, which I guess I could use, you know, my monopropellant to do stuff, but I don't want to do that. I want to use the monopropellant for what it's used for, or is supposed to be used for, over there, which if I use 20 monopropellant for this stuff, about to move these things, then that will put me right at adding in the other 3 modules, and I'll still have like 40 left over. So yeah, I am perfectly fine with this right now. And this thing right here handles like a dream. It doesn't feel flip heavy at all, and all that fun stuff. Well, yeah, basically what I'll end up doing is, after this is Junskis, I will bring this back, cover Elky after the 4 modules, I think. So I need an electrical, a science, a fuel, and habitation. Fuel, habitation, science, electrical, and I don't know what the last one will be. We'll figure that out on the way. Oh yeah, conversion. So like the convertitron and whatnot, which I can't build yet. So after the, not this one, but the next one, the electrical module, which will be overpowered and have communications, electrical stuff all over the place. That thing, yeah, that thing will be amazingly overpowered. Fart, sorry. And moving at the speed of 23 miles an hour. That tells me this is a decently sized runway, which I already knew. This thing turns on a dime. I like it. now this thing should, in theory, connect right up. Have no issue getting underneath, connect right up when I raise my landing gear, when I have it perfectly lined up. And then it should move over, and I will see where things are messed up. Yeah. This is a long and grueling process of test and test removal and test. But once I got the first one done, it shouldn't take long to get the next one. So this is a second run through. Yeah, the second run through of this module, but should, based on the spaceplane hangar, line directly up with the docking port. And if it lines directly up, it should be able to dock with it directly. And you're moving at a decent speed. This has so many parts to it, it's taking 1 second of gameplay is 2 seconds of actual time. So 1 of our seconds is 2 of theirs. There's so many parts loaded on this thing. And twist. Forward some at an angle, and twist, and brakes, moving forward some. This should make it all the way. I hate it when it quick saves like that. Should make it all the way without running into the landing gear, which it doesn't, and stop. Alright, and come back a little bit, stop. Gear up. Yes, it docks perfectly. Perfectly docks, which is good, which is what I want. That was an amazing dock, by the way. I like it. Let me see, make sure everything is lined up right and everything is properly docked. It is all properly docked in. So now I can go 2. Now I can do 2. Retract this ladder, which I don't know why it is extended anymore. I did it on the last one anyway. Now I can do 3. Now I can do 3 again. Everything is lowering down. Modules aren't dragging. I have more clearance because it's more forward heavy than aft heavy. And let's get this show on the road. Yes, I like this module. All it needs to do is dock properly with the base, and it will be good. Why aren't you moving? Is this heavier than the other craft? Is it, or did I break these wheels? No, it's not heavier because these are 0.2 when the other ones were 0.5. Why aren't you moving now, huh? Like, these are all lower than it was before. So why aren't you moving? You should be able to move. Let me do that and that. Let's see if that works. That worked. I don't know why it made me cycle brakes through, but it worked. And yeah, it's moving a lot faster than it did before, than the other one, because it is a lot lighter. I was like, there's no way this thing's heavier than the other craft. So what I can do is add ladders to this, basically, up here to connect the two bays. I could have added the viewing copula on here, which I'm still planning on potentially doing, but I needed to make sure the lower side worked before I did any stuff with the upper. But it docks properly. Now I just need to make sure it docks to the craft right. Man. So the game's always going to ask you to add stuff to it. So this is what I think is a pretty decent way to add stuff. It's just, add whatever modules you want like this, and with a decent base. Oh yeah, it is much lighter. Like, I don't even need to like, I can use brakes and actually, slow down on a decline, when before it didn't let me do that. It was just the brakes. Yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and aim for the base. And go. See what max speed is with this. So max speed is 10.7 meters per second. Max speed with that thing was 9.6, 9.7. So it's almost an entire meter per second slower. And I have to remember to, yeah. But yeah, look at this thing. It is amazing. It is the same length, maybe slightly longer than the other module was. It fits. So basically, I'll be able to use this module and send up a craft, hopefully with a decent fairing on it. Oh, I forgot to. I was trying to see how fast this thing goes with this module. That squad monolith, I can't believe they did that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just that I wasn't expecting that. So now I need to know where my 100 units of liquid fuel are on this craft. Should be able to go faster than this, because it does have the lighter weight. Still speeding up, okay. And the thing is, like, yeah, no, this little module might be big and bulky, but it's light as all ever. Yeah, we never got this fast with the fuel. That fuel module was heavy. That was heavier than anything we needed to move, so I knew the wheel stress would be good. That's kind of why I wanted to do the fuel first, because it was the heaviest module. But that, and because Eve is asking for, 4,000 units of liquid fuel, which is going to require 2 of those modules. Yeah. So we'll send it in module at a time. Send the rover in as well, with heat protection on both sides. We'll put parachutes and drogue chutes on top of the stress stuff, or I can actually put parachutes on docking ports and add docking ports up with large things. Lots of parachutes. Get rid of the parachutes, so I'm not gonna, because this base will never leave Eve's whatnot, and neither will the rover that's going to be there. I do plan on adding to that fuel one so that it has some monopropellant, but I also don't want to because it's kind of hard to get moving. But it's not hard to get moving. It was actually kind of easy to get moving. It's a little bit heavier, but I should have enough whatnot for this. Yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that. 10.4. So from 10.7 to 10.4 as fast as speed this thing's allowed to go. And the other one was 9.7. I could get the weights. Let me write this down. So go to my notepad, add another note, base builder. I do this too. Speeds. It is a base speed of 10.7. Empty. Wheels only. Electric only. Flips between 18 to 20 meters per second, not meters per pound. Fuel module. Let's see, that was at 9.6. Or 9.7 meters per second. And then the science, not science, IENCE / crew module is 10 point, I think it was 10 point, I forget what it was. Whoop, I am going left. Texting and driving, guys. Completely wrong, completely bad. Look at that. Started going the wrong direction, lost the speed I was trying to gain. I'm trying to figure out, remember how fast this went. I think it was like 10 point. 10.3 I think is what it was, or 10.4. I know it's not exactly because this craft is lighter because it has, you know, less monopropellant than the other one did, but yeah, or the rover is. I'll see how fast it brakes. The other one didn't brake very fast. I think it was 10.3 was the fastest it went. Yeah, 10.3 is the fastest it goes. Oh, there's 10.4. 10.4 might be the fastest it goes. .4 meters per second. Done. Right. electrical module is going to have a lot of these yellow ones in it because it's going to have a lot of batteries. It's going to have, I might actually figure out how to use the payload thing. But yeah, we'll figure that out. So the fuel and the crew modules are going to be on opposite sides. Just because I don't want, you know, fuel and crew module on the same side. Right. So we're heading we passed the base like we wanted to. And about right here, let's go ahead and give it a good old twisty turn. Look at that. I like how sharp that turns. Oh. Man, that thing slows down extremely fast. Alright, let's see. I am to the left of it, so I'm going to have to go back some. And go, yep, this way. Go back. Go this way some more. And then swap left that way. And whoop. Right about there should be good. Let's go ahead and get closer to it. Let's brake. So if I ever say brake screw, it's because, you know, maintenance, I fly with an aircraft sometimes, and that's something that they have to say before they apply brakes. So if you ever hear me say that, just know that it's because of something for my work. If you ever hear me say pull chocks as well. Alright, so what I want to do is get 3 up. Turn my RCS on. Turn that on. Oh, yeah, that's a lot faster than the other one. So what I want to do is turn RCS off, head that way, and then head that way. Right there. I should. Alright, so I think it's because I'm still crooked. So let's go ahead and... Yes, I'm still crooked. Let me take a look and see what angle I'm at right now. Yeah, I'm crooked as all over. So let's go ahead and RCS again. Then let's go ahead and do this and head this. Oh, RCS off again. Let's go ahead and straighten up real quick. And let's back up. Head that way. Yeah, it was all kinds of crooked. All kinds of crooked. Which I should add a crew ladder to this. For the simple reason of I don't have a crew ladder on the base, and if I want to make EVAs on Eve, I'm going to need a ladder because yeah, Eve has higher gravity and Kerbals can't jump as high. should be just about right for this. Go ahead and docking port, and then I will. I pressed the wrong one. And let's go ahead and go 2, 2 again. Alright. Now let's get rid of our brakes. Alright. Let's get rid of the RCS. Give me the ability to control this a little bit better. Staging. Alright, am I still crooked? A little bit. Just a wee bit. Yep. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, that works. Alright. So now what I need to do is release the gears for my rover. Yeah, it's just a little bit low. So what I'm going to do is release the gears for my rover. And then release my rover. No, that was not releasing my rover, that was the gears again. Whoops. Which honestly, I've got more monopropellant, because I think this thing still has monopropellant in it. So let's go ahead and transfer this monopropellant. Yeah, 30 units of monopropellant. Let's go ahead and transfer that into here. Give me some more monopropellant. Oh man, I didn't realize that I forgot that I could do that. This thing still had monopropellant in it. And click on that one. And if you don't know how to transfer fuel, you got to pin one of these. So it was like shift right click or control right click on the computer or something like that, and you would right click or you maybe just right click, and it would keep the whatever's up. But now you have to hit this pin right here if you want to do fluid transfers from these crafts to each other on this game version. And if I remember correctly, this thing right here has some propellant as well. Yes, it does. in. Pretty sure this does not have monopropellant on it. If it does, then I'm going to use that and the other one to continue filling stuff up. Yeah, it doesn't. But anyway, anywho, got all my monopropellant now on this thing. I am going to drop the gears again. And then drop the actual unit. We will swap to that, the base extender, base builder, switch to, apply our brakes, because I don't want to roll forward and damage this. But yeah, got 130 units of whatnot. Alright, brakes, go backwards, about 2 meters per second. That's good. But yeah, so this base builder is working phenomenally. And I don't ever use that word because we had a history teacher in high school that he always used to say phenomenal constantly, so we made fun of him. So I got used that word since making fun of him in, you know, high school. Yeah. He eventually caught on that we were making fun of him, so he quit saying it, but yeah. Look at that. So beautiful. The base is getting built as to how it needs to. And head that way. So I want to be on that end of the runway. Off the runway though, but still that end of the runway. And I'll eventually put RTGs on this thing. Oh man, look at that. That adds so much weight to the forward end that it actually almost dragging or not. Yeah, that little habitation module does not add much weight to this thing. So yeah, there's that. Then I saw an ingenious way to protect the drills and whatnot, which I never did before, never even thought about before, which I will end up doing just because it is amazing. But yeah, so this craft right here is a nice, you always want multiple docking ports when you're doing stuff like this and moving, because it will dock multiple times, which is actually going to be I think I brought one over this before, but it'll be the main structural points of my craft that is getting built, hopefully on this save file, on a whatnot, the massive one that'll be billions of dollars, I think. That'll just basically stay in orbit and never come back. And we'll launch, you know, modules and crew each time. What am I rocking on? Alright, hold on. What is this sitting on? I don't know what it was. One of my springs must have gotten out. I got like a lazy boy and a nice sectional. Still moving at 10.7 meters per second, the fastest this thing moves. Well, on flat level ground. Guarantee if it was rolling down a hill, it would move a lot faster. Ooh, up to 10.9 meters per second. Nice. I have to update the max electrical speed. Also think I'm running downhill right now. (11 to 11.1 meters per second). Nice, nice, nice. Alright, let's go ahead and turn down towards the center of the runway, because that's where the stuff will spawn. Oh man. Yep, just doing this, doing that. Yeah, I noticed the Kerbal Space Program. I haven't gotten to space yet in the last like 3 episodes because the game keeps crashing. But I do plan on sending these things to both the Mun and Minimus with a scientist on each. That way we can get science. And hopefully we'll recover a few scientists from the stuff. But yeah, we will figure this out. You know, scientists and a pilot on both the Minimus and the Mun one. I'll show you how to get a rendezvous with about where you want whatever. And since we have this thing, I pointed it to it at the TV. I talk with my hands. But anyway, since we have this thing, we will it'll be easier to move stuff around, and we can land basically a little bit further away and still make it basically, as long as we don't land in like a crater on the Mun, which I think our base is actually kind of near a crater, but as long as we don't land inside of that crater, we should be fine. And the first module will be sent with this already attached for both the Mun and Minimus. This will be attached separately with the on Eve, because I don't want this thing getting any susceptibility to getting destroyed in Eve's atmosphere. Which honestly, I could send this first to go to Eve, because it has lots of spots I'd be able to add heat shields to, both above and below. I'll figure that out. And here's this end of the runway. Honestly, I should send this not first, because that way I'll be able to traverse the land wherever it is and get as close as I can to whatever base I send. Add a little core to it, a drone core, or just send it with a pilot. I'm not putting this in the path of the runway for the simple reason of I am horrible at landing and sometimes fall short and then ramp up. Not the best pilot in this game. I'm not a pilot in real life either, but in this game I tend to, it's not, I don't think it's the aircraft, because I can land some aircraft that I design amazingly, but some of them I just am horrible at it. But anyway, let's go ahead and go back to the Space Center, because now we got this here. Elke Kerman is going to stay on the runway, just waiting. And I'll be able to swap to him through this screen right here. Load. Yeah, so I'll basically be able to just do, that, and then, oh, now there he is. I can click on him and swap to him. I can swap to the base if I want to, but I don't want any crew on that base right now. For the simple reason of the base is kind of, pointless to have crew on. It's just there so I can build on it and make sure stuff fits. I see how it looks. Well, yeah. Alright. I don't want this anymore. I want to, first off, let me do this real quick. And, pods. The viewing copula. Like I said, I was going to put this on here. Radial attach point. Structural radial attach point up top like that. This guy right there. Add some structural support to him. Now this module will have the capability of holding now 4, 5, 6, 7 Kerbals extra instead of the 6, which is just fine. It's kind of something I want. And it's not like I can't add a little bit of weight to it. I'd be perfectly fine with it. And let's rotate the structural attach point so it actually fits on there. Straight up and down. That's not straight up and down. That's slightly cockeyed the other direction now. That's straight up and down. Let's move it so it's centered. Because it's not centered. I want to keep the mass centered. Centered. And yeah, there's that. We had structural struts over here, so it just looks weird only having them on one side. Yeah, I know I could have gone to a 4-way, struts, and would have been fine, but I am the individual that doesn't really care about that. But anyway, so this is the proper size, has the viewing copula on it. 7 extra Kerbals based on, including onto the 5 whatnot, so give us the 12. And we'll go to here, action groups, subassemblies, sorry, not action groups, subassemblies. You are going to be under the base science. Confirm. let's get rid of you. Alright, base. I want that for some reason of... Haha! Got it right. Alright, what I'm going to do is set that back down. I'm going to make the last of the modules that I can make right now. Which is going to be the... Just command and control structural coupling. Add this to it. Bada bing, bada boom. And then I will add a structural. The thing that goes up, the Rockomax brand. Because that's what goes up. And then I will add, because there's nothing really structural that big. Like the structural fuselage is the biggest thing I've got right now, and I'm not going to use any of these DLC parts, which would actually, you know, be big enough for whatever I'm using. I can make structural whatnot, so I could do, like, you know, take this guy right here, and boom, look at that. Long piece of structural integrity stuff. But that's, you know, DLC, and I'm not doing this with DLC right now. So the best thing I can do is add the payload. This guy. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to try this right here and see if that works. Cancel placement, interstage nodes on. Trust structure on. So I saw something where this guy playing stock, he says, can add stuff to this. Maybe I have to do it like this, and cancel placement, and then I can move this out. Which I don't think it does have it. This as well again, see if it works the way I've seen it work. Payload. It's coupling payload. Build fairing and go cancel placement. Build fairing and go like that's a nice way to do that. So I know I can do that. Well, now let me see something real quick. So if I can do that, that's fine. Take that off. And, oh yeah, I just had that facing the wrong way. Interstage nodes, cancel placement. Oh man, this will be so amazing. So let's go ahead and go to payload again and click on this and set it right there. Oh man, that is amazing. And then I can close fairing. Oh, that is so amazing. This is gonna make building so much better. Oh man. Interstage nodes on. Ah! Look at that. Look at that. Whew. That's amazing. I can make something super long, but I'm not going to. Because I'm going to do this. Put that back, because I want that like that. Take interstage nodes off. Because I should now be able to, yeah, no interstage nodes there. Yes. But I should be able to do that. And basically I'll be able to do this right here. I'll place it there. And there. And, close fairing. I'll be able to close the... I'm going to need this that way. So I get a fairing will go that way. Ooh, look at that. Anyway, so enough. Oh man, there's so much I can do with this now. So happy I've figured out how to do that watching someone else for years, actually probably about 2 years now. But anyway, what I'm going to do is structural. Oh, I just realized something. I can do this, but I'm not going to be able to make the... Actually, I can make this work. I can make this work. So if I do this right here, place it like that, and then place on here like that. Electrical. Right, this is a electrical thing, so we're gonna put a crap ton of these batteries on here. This will be the battery side, so I'll have my structural right there. Not that guy. So basically now this stuff should be pretty decently stable. Electrical. And honestly, I should be able to put right there the things, but anyway, I am so glad I learned how to do this. Anyway, you want to put interstage nodes on, have it facing opposite direction you normally would, and or where you want to build up to, and then yeah, that works. Now I'm going to want structural, and I'm going to want this guy again, or do I want this one? No, I'm going to want this one again. Okay, so I want that, like that, structural. Put these guys right here, like that. And then add in with my electrical. I will add in my larger solar arrays over here, just in twos, like that. And then take this and set it in twos, like that. Yes. And add a junior docking port coupling. Add a junior docking port underneath here like this. just in a singular. Add another one. And then we will add, we'll offset that a little bit. Move you down. Oh man, I can't move it down too far. It's not going to let me do parts clipping or extending things out too far. What I can do is go back to structural. Alright, add these little guys right there. And right there. And then add the junior. Then add the junior. This has been a feature for a while, yet I have not ever used it. Oh, that should be perfect height. Oh, that should be perfect height. And look, it runs through the stress structure, so that should be perfect height too. Haha. And it runs through the stress structure, so I'm going to take these and set them to 2 right now. To 2. And then set these right here, still already set to 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, copy it, put it back here, like right there. Copy that, put it right there. Oh man, this is so amazing. And then what I'm going to do is take this, build the fairing. Well, now let me get rid of that completely. And go to structural. So I'm going to want this one right here. Build the fairing. Close the fairing. Oh, yes! I like this. I like this a lot. And then what I can do is add the coupling, the larger port back here. Alright. So basically, this right here will only be served for. And then now let's go ahead and move that down all the way. So hopefully it's protruding enough for me to know it's not, because it's not going to let it go through the fairing. Okay. Just looked at that a little bit wrong. So let's go ahead and move that part up more, and that part up more. And now if I look at it, it's through the fairing. Okay. Now I just had to make it structurally sound. Structural from there. Because, that is not very structural if it's not connected like that. Look at that. Look at that. And then basically, that's just there right now so that it will have it sticking out proper length. I can deploy this fairing whenever it is time to deploy the fairing. That way the electrical stuff is already showing out. It'll be basically deployed out into the open, but it'll be showing. So this guy right here needs to come off. And go electrical. What I can do is add a couple of these 1x6s right there. Yeah, that's a lot of electricity. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and do this right away so it's all moved all the way out already. All the way out. I mean, I guess that works. That way I can put parachutes on these upper stages. Like that. Alright, man, that is... And then I can do this still too, and add a lot of this just electricity stuff in here. Like... Add a bunch there. Add a bunch there. There we go. That's what I was looking for, was that. Add a bunch here. Oh no. Should be enough batteries. That's a lot of electricity I'm sending out already. And then basically structurally strut this stuff in right here. Stuff to about right there. That way it's at least, you know, plausible that it does this. And like, I don't really need this to do anything other than, you know, show plausibility that it actually works. Alright, now I need to put landing gear. Ground needs landing gear right here. Need to be put basically right here. Landing gear put structural. And I want these set to 2 like that. What we'll do is set these out like that, and another set on top of that with the landing gear attached. Alright. And then another one about right here where these batteries are. So, little guy. Actually, what am I doing? I'm an idiot. Set it like that. Alright. So now all I gotta do is move everything. Oh yeah, it's kind of a bad spot to be placed if it's like that. I want it like that. There we go, that's better. So basically, this shroud will be useless once I have it out of the atmosphere. While it's in the atmosphere, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and move this down, up a little bit. Let's rotate it a little bit more so it's more oblong like that. Let's move it down a bit again. Oh, it's a little bit too far. Okay, so exactly right there, and then move it inward. Yep, that way. Until it's in the... Yeah. Alright, now what I'm going to do is come up here. And we'll move that thing outward and down. Alright. Then we'll move this one outward and down. I'll move this one outward and yep, I can definitely go far enough with that. We'll rotate this thing, make it a little bit wider, move it down. Oop, a little bit too far. A little bit too far. A little bit too far. Oop, a little bit too far. This one's up a little bit. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. This one right here has to get moved up a little bit more. Right there. Alright. Let's do this. This thing, move it down. Well, no. Move this thing right here down first. Out. And then down and out. This one out. Nope, 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 nope. Out and down. this one right here. Out. Rotate it a little bit more. Oop. Move it down a little bit too far. Right there. Should be fine. Right. Now structural, because I need to make this actually structurally sound. Because I don't want, you know, these things not being structurally sound. All right. So there's that. That one I'm gonna have to add a little bit more structural soundness to this by going that and then doing that. And then these ones are connected in there. All right. So now what I need to do is create this as the advanced subassemblies. As the base electrical. Extension. All right, so save that, and we'll delete it for now. We'll be right back. All right, now we get this guy right here. We'll add to it the rover center. Come on now, there we go. We're adding rover center to right there. Alright. So now, what I'm going to have to do is move this forwards a little bit. Actually, can I move this thing back far enough? I should be able to. Or, you know, I could just, you know, place it there. Let's try to move it that far back, though. Nope, won't do. Placing it, though. Alright. Alright. Function. Structural. We'll add this here about. Should be about the right height. Then we will add the coupling. Which will be about right here. which I'm going to add by removing this real quick. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of room with the landing legs too. Like, plenty of room. Hide you for right now. Add you right there. And then we'll place you back. Right there. Alright, let's rotate. I only want you as a single, not as a double. Alright, so now let's rotate you. To be about right there. About right there. They will move you to right there. And then just control structural. I'll add you to you. Like so. So now there's no doubt that it is attached. And then I just have to move this entire structure to right there. And then move it. Oop. To right there. And then move you. Right there. That should be that. That should be that. That should be that. Let's see if you're left and right. Forward, back. Yep. Alright. Next. Get rid of these ladders. I don't need you. They can climb up from the ground there. Alright, so now next what I'm going to do is come in here, grab my, go to sub-assemblies, grab my little thingy, replace rover center, overwrite, rid of that, because I'm not going to need it anymore. What I'm going to do is actions, custom 2 is going to be the custom 1 is going to be the toggle and toggle. Now this is a nice little module which will honestly have parachutes on it up top, and it, on these things up here, because I'm not gonna cheat it too much, for the simple reason of doesn't really need it. But anywho, let's go ahead and make sure there's no slots. Yep, it's purely electrical. We're going to launch this. Yes, I know, launch anyway. Now I need to see if the module will extend and retract gears while the thing has the whatnot, but we'll see that in a bit. Alright. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Very nice, very nice. What I'm going to do now is this. Oh, it's marked as debris. Nice. Alright, let's go to the tracking station. There's so much stuff I can do with this. Standing by to launch. Nice. Fly. We will go up to this so-called debris, pick it up, and move it where it needs to go. Hopefully with no issues. Hopefully this works like first time. I got the other one the second time, and that was because of the height was wrong last time, but I got the height directly on what the base was, so this should actually fit just right. And up you go, up you go, up you go. Come on, up you go. Up you go, up you go. Whoop. And leveling out. Very nice, very nice. Now before I place this, I will quick save before I try to go even underneath it. And about right there. About right there is where I want to be. Slow down to a stop. Save game as quick save, yes. I want to override it. And now brakes off. Yes, yes. So it's trying to connect magnetically right now, which is what that was. Oh crap. We are off center. Come on back out now. Alright, yeah, this Terracraft is rather light by the looks of it. And let's go ahead and show my electrical charge, just because I like seeing that. And turn it slightly, turn it slightly. This module might have issues getting the, it's not very well. Alright, so I have to add those to make those legs go back further on these rear legs, because it is not holding up properly. Load save to quick save. I'm going to recover the debris, edit it a little bit, and then, yeah, we'll figure out what we're doing after that. I'm going to have to take this back off the runway, though. Oh, the debris disappeared. It didn't load the debris because this was on the runway with it. Interesting. I lost all that monies. All that monies is gone now because of debris. So just make sure you don't quick save on the debris or on the runway. That's good to know. So it won't load two crafts at the same time on the runway. Interesting. And left turn. He's making a left turn. And come to a stop. And Space Center. That's gonna make stuff so simple. Alright, I'm gonna have to edit this, move those landing legs back further. But still forward of the central unit. Oh no, I didn't save the extension properly. You know what? Open craft. Don't save. Auto-save ship. That's better. Yeah, almost lost that. Let's move. Nope, I'm gonna need to place you again. Place you back here now, though. This is right here. Let's do that. It should be same height all the way across. Let's go ahead and take this entire thing and place sub-assemblies. Let's launch it. Yes. Take 2 on this module. And imagine packing that thing full of RTGs and yeah. I can make that the satellite launcher like that. Can't believe it gets seen as debris. Can't believe it gets seen as debris. It's amazing. Fly base builder. Let's go ahead and once this module's done, which it should be pretty close to, I will make the modules that yeah, can do this. I did not know I could do that staging that way. You know how amazing this is going to be? Breaks off. brakes on. So I'm still not on the runway yet, so I'm going to quick save. Save as quick save. Yes. Right, brakes off. Let's go ahead and start moving forward and to the left. And going up. Whoop. This thing was definitely dragging those things. Go to the left. Left. Like that, yes. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Because I need to do this and do this. And do the... Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Is it a 180 part thing and a 190 part thing are getting close together? And brakes, crew. Alright. And I am slightly off center, so I'm going to do that. And then when I do that, it should go. Oop, I'm still too low for that. So that is unfortunate. So that's telling me that the whatnot is slightly too low. So I need to move it up just a little bit. So it'll be take 3. So always test these things. Always test these things. You never know. You never know. And come to a stop. Go to the tracking station. Go to the debris and recover it. Get some money back from it. Alright, let's go back to the leave tracking station. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to move the docking port up 1. I think that's what's causing the issue right now. Is that docking port is too low. That's way around the structural things. which I could make this a lot better if I was using the structural, you know, whatnot, and I would recommend you using the structural whatnots, because actually, I would actually recommend you use this, because this will have allow you to, you know, expand everything out like that, and basically it'll protect it, and then you can expand it. That way you can expand the solar panels. Alright, what's going on? Why is it doing this again? Oh, that's too far. That's probably too far right there. Right there should be good. It's about the same height as the other ones. And we can go ahead and zoom out. Sub-assemblies. Place. And electrical extension. Confirm. Launch. I need to make sure I can dock when it's like this. And then dock when it's before the fairing. Which honestly, it's not going to have any use with the fairing. It's going to have a probe core on the whatnot, so it can deploy its fairing and then its parachutes and whatnot. Alright, and then go to tracking station. Like that aft whatnot is higher up than the normal stuff, because it's angled up a bit more. Actually, it's probably about the same height or a little bit lower because of the structural and whatnot. Live base builder. Oh man. Yeah, this part's gonna have a lot of electrical stuff on it. That should help protect and whatnot, and keep the drilling rigs when they eventually get added into the game, or added into once I actually unlock them. The drilling rigs will keep powered. I'm gonna back up onto the runway instead of moving the normal way, because I'm already facing the backup way. Just reverse onto the runway. That's all I gotta do. And will the landing gear work? shroud like that. I don't think it will, but it might. We will see. I'm just lining it up right now. All three docking ports are basically on the same level. Oh man, I hate it when it does that. I always think it's gonna like glitch out and destroy my little amazing rover. This rover does have a lot of parts on it. Alright, that should be lined up right about there. I should be able to go forward now. We'll see. See if we need to make any adjustments. A little bit, but not much. It's a little bit too much. Head that way. Basically, all I'm doing is lining up the 3 docking ports and trying to get it to line up with that docking port right there. So all 3 are lined up now. Move forward. To left, right a little bit. Alright, we made it under. No, we did not make it underneath. Oh, yeah, we did. I think the magnetic power of these docking ports is too much, honestly, which is why it is messing up like that and making it fall down like that. So yeah, building this docking port like system, I might just be able to do this right here and yeah, no, that might not work very well, but let's see. 2. Oh my god, this thing is so light that this thing right here is going to hold it like that. I mean, it's just under the thing. This thing can move it, but I don't like the way it's moving it. So what I'm going to do is load save, quick save. I have to build this a different way than these interstage nodes. So let's see what we got to do.